right, thank you so much for that. Let me make sure everybody can hear me okay. Yep. Okay, excellent. So hi, everybody. My name is Linney, and a little bit about me. So, well, first about this session, it's all about bringing real world purpose into education. Right now, we live in a very real world. Probably feels more real than any other time in the world that like previous generations have lived in, right? And so a little bit about me. Again, my name is Linney. I am the founding director of TL Specialist LLC. We focus on SEL and EdTech integration and remote learning. And you can see my badges on the gift there. One of my proudest ones is that I am a brand new, as of this year, Teach SDGs ambassador. If you're not familiar with SDGs, don't worry, because that's our first question today. So how familiar are you with the Sustainable Development Goals? Go ahead and put in the chat on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being, what are they? 5 being, oh yeah, I'm a Teach SDGs ambassador as well. Where are you at? All right, so I'm seeing from the chat that we are on a lot of different levels, a lot of 1s, some negative 1s, some 3s, some 5s. Actually, no 5s. That's totally fine too, and some 0s. So don't worry, during today's session, we're going to get to know a little bit more in depthly what the Sustainable Development Goals are and how they can be used in education to bring that real life-like, and not even life-like, that real life purpose into our teaching so that our students are more engaged and empowered to make a difference in the world. And I've already shared my screen with the audio. That means that I don't have to click that again. Yay. Let's watch this quick video. All right, end of session. Now, how familiar are we with Sustainable Development Goals? Do they look a little familiar? Is there anything that stood out? All right, so the Sustainable Development Goals go by a couple of different names. So they go by the name Global Goals, if you've heard of those, and they replace the Millennium Goals with an expiration date of 2010, I believe, or no, 2000, that would make sense. So let's look really quickly at why SDGs are so important, especially in education. Number 1 is that the challenges we face are bigger than any one of us, but smaller than all of us. So breaking that down, when we try to tackle one of the world's problems on our own, it might take forever if it ever even happens. But when we bring groups together and our classes together as students, then it makes the problems feel a bit smaller and a bit more manageable. It's like the whole saying of you don't eat an elephant in just one bite. I mean, you shouldn't really eat an elephant at all, but if you were to eat an elephant, you would not do so in one bite. Number two is that kids have a natural drive to take action when they see inequality. So in this presentation, we're going to look at one of the SDGs, which is reduced inequalities, and we'll get into exactly why students engage in action around reducing inequalities, like why it matters to them. Number three is that students can find their purpose and develop a project or vice versa. So Teach SDGs isn't always about creating a project. Sometimes it's about finding a purpose. Sometimes it's about mixing the curriculum with the purpose of doing better in the world. And it doesn't have to be a project. It could just be the way that we do things. Number four is that learning and acting on behalf of the global goals, remember that they're also the SDGs. It works at any age and at any intellectual level. So this isn't to say that global goals are only for high school students, nor are they only for elementary students. Number five is that teachers and students will support each other because they are on the same mission. Nowadays in education, it's not about being a sage on the stage, it's about being a facilitator of learning, right? And so when we're working on a mission together, we have an easier time supporting one another because we're in this journey towards the same mission together. And number six, students develop strategies for problem-solving skills and self-efficacy. Tongue twister. When you look at those words, what's something that comes to mind? So determination strategies, problem-solving skills, and self-efficacy. Maybe it's something that you do in your school. All right, so I'm seeing independence, student-centric learning, active learning. What about social-emotional learning? When it comes to social emotional learning, it's all about relating to social awareness and responsible decision-making. And so when students are developing determination strategies and problem-solving skills and self-efficacy, those are things that relate directly to SEL. All right, so before we get into the how, allow me to share a very brief story with you in terms of a journey that an organization that I work with, or volunteer with rather, went on with regards to sustainable development goals. So once upon a time, about 5 years ago, I joined this organization called ISTE as a global collaboration network president-elect, so the incoming president. And back then, the PLN's focus was on things like global read alouds and mystery Skypes, right? So we would use two tools, and not we, but like the teachers in our PLN, so all of us would focus on these two tools and being like, oh, who wants a mystery Skype partner? And who wants to do a global read aloud with my class? But we got to thinking as a group and we thought, what's the reason for the collaboration? Is it just to expose students to another culture? What if we leverage this idea of global collaboration to build student agency and truly empower our students? And so with all these questions in mind, we're like, okay, how do we do this? Because what had been happening is when it came to global read alouds and mystery Skypes, before I tell you, go ahead and throw in the chat, where do you think that global read alouds and mystery Skypes would fall on the SAMR model? And you can just put the letter if you'd like as well. So if it's a global read aloud or a mystery Skype, where does it fall on this level? All right, I see a lot of people are putting S for substitution, and you're right. But 5 years ago, It was more in the redefinition. 10 years ago even, it was looking at the SAMR model and saying, whoa, this is transformative. We have video calls now. We're doing mystery Skypes. We're connecting globally in ways that we never could before. This redefines the whole situation. Now, with all of the apps and tools at our students' fingers, it is more just a substitution because they can go home. They don't have to be in class to have this experience. They can just go home, right? All right. Yep. So back to the story on how we changed. In 2016, when our PLN was redefining our purpose as the Global Collaboration Network, ISTE was also expanding their global collaborator definition at the same time. And so you see, we both saw global collaboration as meaning more than just simply collaborating globally, but instead focusing on what exactly are students doing when they collaborate? What's the purpose? And you'll see here that students explore local and global issues and use collaborative technologies to work with others to investigate solutions. Whoa, that's more than just reading a book together. And that's more than just guessing where one another's country is. That's like the next step up. Okay, and then in December of 2020, we put together this free conference called SDGs in Education Playground. And we had 17 hours back to back to back of consistent learning led by speakers and facilitators from over 18 countries on every continent except for Antarctica. So bringing the global part out, bringing the different perspectives in, and getting educators to see like, whoa, there's this big world out here, and here's where things are done in these different places, and here's how the goals are infused in education. All right, so that's the short story. Now, let's go ahead and take a closer look at some of the Sustainable Development Goals and look at how we can use them in education to provide real-world purpose to our students' learning journeys. And some of this you can do with video calls to other countries, and some of this could just happen in your own class, but it could have a global impact. So the first one that we're going to look at is no poverty. So goal number 1 is all about no poverty. One thing that we noticed with the COVID-19 pandemic that started in late 2019 and hit the US in early 2020 was that there's been a loss of income, leading vulnerable segments of society and families to fall below the poverty line. So that's slowly starting to change, but that's like a major wake-up call, like, whoa, we've got to address poverty, not just in our current environment, but all around. So we're going to have a little fun. I know, like, how do you go from poverty to fun? Don't worry. So there's this tool called Gapminder, and this is made by a company that's based in Sweden. And it's a great way to explore common misconceptions about how the rest of the world lives. So we are going to look at a couple of these different conceptions, and we're going to find out if we are correct or incorrect. Let's do one with no poverty. So there's 3 questions here. 95% get this one wrong, 80% get this one wrong, and 77% get this one wrong. So do we want to take question 1, 2, or 3? All right, a lot of people are saying 3, so we'll go with 3. All right, how many people in the world cook using stoves that don't produce smoke? So go ahead and put in the chat, what do you think? Oh, I'm seeing a mixture. 20, 40. Okay. Let's go with 40. Whoa, did you see that? So we were wrong with that. So smoky stoves are so 1900. That's like over 100 years ago. And as many people can afford to, they buy smokeless stoves, but you probably didn't realize how many people are rich enough to afford that. We're talking the world as a whole, not just in one country. When we're doing this Gapminder activity with our students, we might, like, if we don't do the activity ahead of time, then we don't know the right answer. So we're learning along with our students about misconceptions that we hold. And once you have a misconception and you're proven wrong in that, you have to unlearn in order to relearn, right? Let's do one more question. All right, how many countries of 195 have some form of social security benefits for people with disabilities? Oh, and I'm noticing a question in the chat about the last question. And is associating smokeless with electric. Is there another type of smokeless? So that's a great question. And that actually leads to more inquiries, right? Because when students have that same inquiry, that same like drive around, wait a minute, here's what I was thinking, then that leads you to explore more about, okay, what does this mean? And it sparks curiosity, like Brian's saying. All right, so let's see. All right, we'll go with 113. Looking at the chat here. Whoa, and the correct answer was 183. A more supportive world. You thought a lot of countries don't try to help their most vulnerable citizens, but they do. They might not do it in big public ways. Maybe they're quiet ways. Maybe they're loud ways, right? All right, so Gapminder is one thing. And so when you go back here, then you can go to, let me click on the globe. There you go. You can go through and see what questions relate to different sustainable development goals. And so if you're focusing on hunger or health and well-being or quality education or gender equality or so on and so forth, then you can scroll through and do this as kind of a fun pop quizzy question with your students, right? Especially when it comes to something like clean water and sanitation when you're working on a science unit, but we'll get into more of that in just a moment. All right. This activity is something, so the Gapminder activity is something that relates to 9 different sustainable development goals. So if you were looking for a way to bring real world purpose into your classroom, into your learning environment, you can start with identifying misconceptions in this fun interactive way related to whichever goal you so choose or that your class so chooses to pursue. All right, the next thing that we're going to look at here is goal number 2, which is zero hunger. Now, remember, these are worldwide goals. It's not just in Colorado, it's not just in the US, it's not just in North America, it's for the whole world. And these right here are the stats. So millions more are living in hunger. 821 million were undernourished in 2017, and that's up from 784 million in 2015. Some of the goals associated, or some of the sub goals associated with the sustainable goal number 2 around zero hunger is to ensure that all people have access to food, to end all forms of malnutrition, double the incomes of small food scale producers, ensure sustainable food production systems, and to maintain the genetic diversity of seeds, cultivated plants, and farmed and domesticated animals. So when we look at that last one, it's going down the line of non-GMO, right? So things that are genetically modified, we want to make sure that we're moving away from, right? And that we're showing students what the differences are between something that is and that isn't. So we're going to do this next activity, which is Dollar Street. Now, Dollar Street is also made by this same Sweden company. They've got some really cool tools. Here we go. All right, so with Dollar Street, when you're looking at how the rest of the world lives based on the money that they have. And in this last goal, we were looking at zero hunger. So if we change the get water to eating, and we figure out what people are eating around the world, then we can say, we can change this to the world, or we can choose a different country. What's built into this part of the program is videos of what people eat. What you'll also see, so if we go to Jordan, for example, is the cost, how much it costs a family to eat every month. Okay. You can see plates of food in that country. So what are the types of food that's eaten? And then maybe students see this $7,434 number and they're like, whoa, what does that cost? And they can learn more. Another thing that we can do with this tool is we can change from plates of food to something like, let me change this from Jordan to, all right, what continent do we want to look at? All right, let's do Africa. So I'll uncheck Jordan there in Asia and then say, okay. Whenever it's doing that money with the street through it, that just means that it's updating. It's like refreshing. So you can see plates of food. You can also see things like phones, or even, let me make sure I'm not talking faster. You can even see what it looks like, what ovens look like. Okay, and I see Stacy is asking for playgrounds, so we'll check that out as well. We can see what multi-play areas look like. And by showing this to students, it gives them a lens into what the rest of the world is like. You know, it's really hard to travel right now, and even if we could, it would be really expensive, especially to take a whole group of students with us. And so by showing us how the rest of the world lives, it helps to increase empathy and understanding of different cultures, which is really important. In addition, and there's one up here, so light sources is something that we're going to look at in just a moment around affordable energy. We can see how other countries get light. Like, is it with light bulbs or is it with some other contraption? So in this contraption, for example, this is a bunch of D batteries that are together, right? They're taped together. They use circuits. And with those circuits, when they're held a certain way, you get the little light. Now, how cool would it be to show our students how things are in other countries? And coming back to that, when we look at Sustainable Development Goal number 7, which is all around affordable clean energy, The first thing that this makes me think of is a school that I used to work at, which is Singapore American School, which is over in Singapore, not in Mexico, like my taxi driver in Connecticut said a few years ago. Anyhow, I digress. At Singapore American School, the school installed solar panels on the roof to help provide energy for the school. Over the summer, I was driving cross country very safely. And I saw similar innovations. I saw in some states there were wind turbines, in other states there were solar panels. My current neighbors around the corner have solar panels on their house. So affordable clean energy is something that we can see in the States and we can see outside of the States as well. And the activity that we just looked at with Dollar Street, when you use Dollar Street, you can help your students better understand the linkage between things like income and hunger, health, clean water, and energy. And students can examine by country or continent, and they can conduct a comparative analysis comparing how one place lives compared to how another place lives and how and why that is the case. Here's an example of one of my educator friends, Mr. Jones, who is in DC now, used to be in Illinois. And he had his students redesign a lantern for Liberia, because in Liberia, you oftentimes will see lanterns that are used for light. It's not running electricity, but it's the electricity of holding a lantern. Now, we're going to watch something that might hit a little bit close to home, but it's cartoonized, and it was created before the pandemic was in full-blown mode.
When our bodies and minds are in good shape, we can do amazing things. Everyone wants to be healthy and live a long and happy life, but lots of people around the world are sick. And it's everyone's goal to make them feel better. Health and well-being is very important. When we are physically healthy, we can play with our friends, go to school, make the world a better place. Things that make us happy. But when we get sick, we feel sad. We can't do the things that we love, and we might even get other people sick too. Life isn't much fun. People all over the world get sick for different reasons. Germs spread when we don't have access to clean water and sanitation. We might consume bugs when we drink dirty water, or spread them around other people when we don't wash our hands. Bugs can carry lots of different illnesses. And when we get sick, we need medicine and trips to the doctor to make us better. But not everyone is able to access healthcare. But good people everywhere are helping to invest more money and make the world more fair and equal. Scientists are discovering new medicines. Doctors and nurses are using technology to help more patients. And contagious infections are being cured. There are things you can do too. Simply by taking care of your body and reminding your friends to wash their hands, you can make your community stay healthy. We can all make the world a healthier place.
Okay, so like I said, it's a little bit close to home, just a little bit, but it's been a year since the video was made. And so one thing that SDG 3 is all about, so it's about good health and well-being. And I wanted to share this because before the pandemic hit, a whole year before, I was living in Paris, France, and working at the American School of Paris. One of my 7th grade teachers, Mr. Waters, I walked by his class one day. I was working as a coach there, so I walked by his class and I would always pop in and see what was going on. And I saw his kids making these things. And I was like, wait a minute, what are you doing? What are the kids doing? This is a science class. What are they building? So he has a military background, and he was having his students create prototypes of containers that could be used to transport vaccines in other countries. And I'm like, wait, how does this work? So when I talked to some of the students, they were like, well, whoever's going to be transporting the vaccine, it might be too heavy. So in this example right here, this student took the handles of their backpack off and added it to their cardboard box covered with aluminum foil to make it softer for students to carry on their shoulders. Over here, there was styrofoam that was used to help maintain the temperature inside of the container. So this project wasn't an add-on. And at the time, Mr. Waters didn't even know that he was implementing SDG 3 into his science unit, right? Because at the time he was teaching about vaccines. And then when when students were asking questions about why is this important? He was like, oh, well, here's why. And so he would go into stories about why, but then he was like, okay, let's have you make a solution. When you're using SDGs, it doesn't have to be one more thing. It can be something that is led into based on students' inquiry and based on their questions. And these are 7th graders making this. Imagine if they were 12th graders. Imagine if they were kindergartners, the possibilities of what they could do. So that one example just goes to show you that if you're using something like next generation science standards, then that can be directly tied to sustainable development goals. It's all about seeing where those real world connections live. SDG number 4 is all about quality education. And it's about ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promoting lifelong learning opportunities for all, not for some, but for all. One of my favorite superintendents in California, she always tweets, all means all. All doesn't mean some, all means all. So if we say that we're going to do something for all, how do we do that? And so that being said, I've got this little Padlet set up. I'll give you all a couple of minutes to fill it up with how you check on your students' well-being. Another thing that you'll notice, so you can either scan with your phone if you have that device available, or use the bit.ly located here. One of the things that you'll see is that SDGs also don't have to live alone. You don't have to focus on just one SDG. It can be something where good health and well-being comes together with quality education. Because when we think about students' well-being and quality education, they go hand in hand. In order for our students to be ready to learn, they need to know that we care about them. And so when we take a moment and check in to see how they're doing or how they're feeling, we're also checking on their well-being. And their well-being ensures that they get a quality education. Are we seeing that link? Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click on this link and see how we are doing. Excellent. There's some really good examples here. So continuous communication, actively listening, one-on-one video chats for an online class, weekly journal assignments to keep in touch with them, right? Because if students are writing down a journal post every week, then you're able to see changes over time. Having conversation for the first few minutes of class. So this is a resource as we're adding to this Padlet on how to check in on our students' well-being. This is something that you'll be able to take with you as well. You now have a link to it. And you can see how other people are checking on their students' well-being, which connects with both SDG 3 and SDG 4. And there's some really good ideas that are brewing here. So low stakes assignments where they can write freely about whatever they want. And you can see how their writing evolves over time. Ooh, I wanted to see that one. Every Friday. Oh, see, this is great. Okay. So as you're filling up that Padlet, I'm going to come back to the slides for a couple of moments. And the next SDG that we're going to look at is SDG 5, which is all around gender equality. So gender equality is, well, just what it says. And here's a few stats from 2020 in terms of what a woman makes compared to what a man makes, right? And it's still not as much as a man. So still 84 cents to the dollar. There's also this thing in gender equality where it's not just about money, but it's also about opportunities. And it's also about who we see in different spaces. And so, nope, don't get ad block. Here we go. Don't know why that came up. It happens. All right, so we're gonna watch this for just a few seconds. And as we watch this, go ahead and add your thoughts to the chat about why what is being said and shared here matters. Why should we care?
To announce we have finished naming our cabinet, saving the best for last year. 24 outstanding women and men who will get our country moving again, and who are going to restore trust in our government again, and who all of whom are ready on day one to do their job. This is a cabinet that I promised you, and I fulfilled that promise. It looks like America. It taps into the full range of talent we have in our nation. We have immense talent. It's a historic cabinet. This will be the first cabinet ever that is evenly composed with as many women as men in the cabinet.
Whoa, that little last part there. This is the first cabinet that will be composed of as many women as men. Real briefly in the chat, as an educator, why does that matter? So I'm seeing some really great things come up. Perspectives, representation matters. When you have a seat at the table, you have a say. If you don't have a seat at the table, you don't have a say. So who are we hearing from? And I like what the last person put here, saying that it shows the possibility of a different world than we've lived in. Whoa. When you have gender equality in different spaces, it shows girls and boys and non-binary students even that they can see themselves in these different roles. Whoops, we already played that. There we go. So, but gender equality doesn't just live in the government. I mean, it lives there for sure. But gender equality issues also live in places like the tech world, which that would be a whole nother session onto itself. So we'll just leave that there. Also lives in the world of mathematics, right? When it comes to, are you a math person or not a math person? What are we saying to our students that's either turning them on to something or putting them off from something? And last but not least, the medical field, right? What gender fills the doctor role and what gender fills the nurse role? What gender do you trust? And what gender do you see more of? These are really great questions to have with students so that we can see what they see and they can see if there's a problem or not. The next sustainable development goal, which is number 6, is all about clean water and sanitation. And we really can't talk about clean water and sanitation without listening to a student who actually lives in Colorado now. This is Gitanjali Rao. She was 11 years old when the Flint water crisis was happening. And the Flint water crisis lasted from 2014 to 2019. Okay, do we remember that? Yep. Okay, so we're gonna watch this quick video here. And this is something that we can also share with students in terms of getting them empowered by seeing somebody who looks like them, who's the same age as them, who created something that solved a problem in their community.
Right now.
I'm in Denver, Colorado.
Well, congratulations to the first ever Kid of the Year. You have a brilliant mind, clearly, but you are very, very generous with that mind and information, and that's just really wonderful.
What is the invention?
So I created a device called Tethys.
Each and every one of us have the right to know what is in our water and have access to clean drinking water. And this fully functional device can help with that.
Tethys is a device that detects lead in drinking water faster and more inexpensive than the current methods out there today. It's based on carbon nanotube sensor technology and provides all the results to your mobile phone on an app that I created. My inspiration behind it was actually the Flint water crisis. It was just so unacceptable that kids my age were essentially drinking a poison every day, and I realized that something really needed to be done to help solve that problem.
Whoa, did you hear that last little bit? She saw that there was a problem and wanted to solve it. We have so many students in our classroom who see problems around them. Let's start empowering them to solve those problems and supporting them along the way, right? She had this idea. When you see the whole story, it talks about how she had this chemistry set that she was gifted when she was a young child that got her into science in the first place. But she was in middle school when she saw this problem and started working on a solution for it. That's amazing. Imagine what the students in our classes could do.
Right now.
Yep. There we go. Number 10 is all about reduced inequalities. So here's another educator, Julia Fliss, who is also a Teach SDGs ambassador, and she's in Colorado. So one really cool thing that she helped to facilitate the creation of with her students is the lookup challenge. And rather than me talking through what this is, let me just share it very quickly.
Hi, I'm Nina Ellsworth, and today I'm going to be introducing you to the Lookup Challenge. Our class at Cillian High School created this challenge in the hope that we can build inclusivity within communities and help reduce inequalities across race, religion, gender, sexuality, and more. We want to spark a conversation about these issues. We are doing so by creating works of art. We are drawing and painting stats and quotes about these issues and projecting them on ceiling tiles, which will be put up across the school to inform our peers and get people to talk about these issues. We challenge you and your school to participate in the Lookup Challenge and educate your peers on the inequalities in our world.
Whoa. Now, if you follow Julia Fliss or if you follow the Lookup Challenge hashtag, then what you'll see now with remote learning and teaching is that students are creating virtual boards in terms of like on Jamboard and different tools like that, and like Adobe Spark, in terms of what they would want to see on a wall or what they would want to see on a ceiling. It's pretty amazing. And I see that there's a question. Oh yeah, there's a point that came up in the chat that instead of asking children, what do you want to be when you grow up? Ask what kind of changes do you want to make in this world? Right now, kids don't necessarily know what they want to be, or they want to be a YouTube star, right? But for what purpose? What's the purpose? Another resource here is Toleranceorg. So when it comes to our own understanding of different inequalities that are happening in the world, Toleranceorg is a really great place to go to learn more about what's going on. So teaching about Asian American identity and history, humanizing Asian Americans in the classroom, what to do when bad things happen, trauma-informed approach to teaching through coronavirus, all of these different tools and resources are right here on tolerance.org to help in terms of getting the educator comfortable with these different issues around inequalities. Okay, and I'm just paying close attention to the time. Number 12 is responsible consumption and production. And something that you can do with students is a design challenge where they take an old toy that they don't use anymore and they make something new out of it. It's upcycling, right? Recycling, upcycling. Number 13 is climate action. We can't talk about climate action without talking about the young student who helped put this movement on the map when it comes to our own students. And so this is Greta Thunberg. She was twice nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, and she is Time Magazine's 2019 Person of the Year. And back when it was safe to be in person, climate action marches and protests were a thing that we saw all over the world. At the time, I was in Seattle and working at a middle school, high school, private school, and the students took a day off and they're like, nope, there is a climate protest going on. We are going to it and we are marching downtown. And they did, along with hundreds, if not thousands of other community members. So the question becomes, in a virtual space, how can we harness the same energy? And that's just an open-ended question. One way that we can do this is that we can ask students on Padlet or Jamboard. You can choose a tool. It can be something that you already use, or it can be something new. But always start your questions with, how can we conserve water, use less plastic, save electricity, buy sustainable clothing? Maybe students are asking, what is sustainable clothing? And that's when you can start to explore about how clothes are made, how long they last, what's behind fashion trends. Save fuel, recycle more, and eat more sustainably. Speaking of sustainability, so 14 is life below water. And Canada has plans this year to ban harmful single-use plastics by 2021. This is awesome. When we see other countries doing this, we can start to think of, how can our own students do things like this as well? Another educator that I like to highlight is Joel Bevins. So he is the founder of this program called Traveling Tales. And from a very young age, I think these are 5-year-olds, they create digital stories that meet the SDGs. So we'll just watch a few minutes.
Help the water world.
Ew! Cried Cecil the X-ray fish.
I think I'm eating plastic. He quickly spat out the plastic
And watched it drift away
in the Pacific Ocean. Suddenly, Benjamin the shark, Flyer the dolphin, and Chill the turtle
Appeared in the distance from the coral reef.
Whoa. So students are drawing out the story and they're reading and recording that story. It's project-based. It brings the students into it. So instead of just hearing about something, they're creating their version of what's going on with the energy.
Help the water world.
Number 15 is life on land. And so with life on land, it's all about life on land. How can we plant a tree to help and protect the environment? And we can start to think about the science links of what types of things can you plant, and how is it tied to science? Because remember, next generation science standards can live together with SDGs. They don't have to be two separate things. Number 16 is peace, justice, and strong institutions. And with that, I like this quote here. And it's all about developing a world perspective that transcends race and tribe and class in our nations, right? And so one thing that we can do with students is analyze trends that are going on around the world. So at one point there were hashtags that were trending that were amendments. And we can start to dissect, what do you see and what do you wonder when you see these things on social media? Okay, and we can do that using tools that we've already used. So that's how C3 framework also ties in together with SDGs. And the last is partnership for goals. I'm just kind of speeding through quickly, knowing that we're short on time. So the goal is that the goals are reached by the end of 2030, and that there's strength when we come together to meet the goals. Okay. Any questions in this last few moments?
What was the website that listed out the different goals, the global goals for education?
Yep, so that one is going to be on here, the UN SDGs one. You did everything in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love those icons and the design
Right?
of all the global goals stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. All right, go ahead and stop the recording.